So we have done a lot of work recently with decimals and with fractions, but our next unit is going to be all about how to add and subtract decimals. And today we're going to start out with a very simple example of how to use your hundreds chart or your hundreds grid to help you visualize how you're adding up decimals. So in today's example, we have 25 hundredths plus 13 hundredths. The first step I'm going to take is to draw out and to color in one chart 25 hundredths and in another 13 hundredths. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at that. Let's start with what 25 hundredths would look like. And here it is in my hundreds chart. As you can see, I have two whole rows of 10 because in the number 25 hundredths we have 2 tenths, and I should have 5 hundredths, 5 little squares colored in, which I do. So I have a total in this picture again of 25 hundredths, 2 tenths and 5 hundredths are colored in. Then let's take a look at the other number we're adding, which is 13 hundredths. As you can see in this example, I should have 1 tenth colored in and 3 hundredths colored in. And up here, you can see that I have my one whole row of 10 colored in for my 1 tenth, and I have 3 little pieces colored in for my 3 hundredths. So again, we have 25 hundredths plus 13 hundredths. What I did was I took these and I combined them on one piece of paper, on one hundreds chart, so that I could visualize what I was doing. And this is what I came up with. As you can see, the blue represents our 13 hundredths, and then the orange still represents your 25 hundredths. All I did was combine them, and then I added them up. So when we add, we're not going to pay attention to the color so much as just the total amount of squares that we have colored. And if we do that, we can go ahead and count our tenths, right? So how many whole rows of 10 do we have colored? We have 1, 2, 3 whole rows of 10. And let me outline that just to make that a little clearer for everyone. So here we have 3 whole rows of 10, okay? Or 30 hundredths. So 3 tenths, which is going to be that 3 in the tenths place, and then how many hundredths do we have left? So over here, next to our tenths, we have 8 hundredths. So if we put those 3 tenths and the 8 hundredths together and add 25 hundredths and 13 hundredths, we put them together and we get a total of 38 hundredths. And that is what we are going to be focusing on today.